Now, normally this is when I would ask Leb to how he felt about this game, but I know that he's very angry about it, and he was so angry that he did not want to look up the stats today. So I went and did that dirty work. So I'll just give you guys a recap. The Leafs on the deserve to win meter tonight, which measures chances, all of that good stuff, expected goals. Leafs were at 82.2%. They had 3.63 expected goals to Vancouver's 1.63. So clearly outplayed him in that regard. They had 73% of the high danger chances and 64% of the possession tonight. Now, in my mind, this game comes down to Jack Campbell not playing his best. Sure, the Leafs didn't give a perfect effort, but I think I'm kind of the good cop in this good cop bad cop scenario. So Lebda, I'll let you give your bad cop routine.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to play bad cop tonight because I'm just so annoyed with how this team played tonight. And I know, like, we look at the stats and we go, oh, the Leafs, like, really, really outplayed them. Braden Holtby had a fantastic game. This is a Vancouver team coming off not playing for a month, and the Leafs couldn't muster up 3 goals to win the game. It's so pathetic from the Leafs at this point that they just continue to do this stupid stuff, and they can't find a way to win tonight. Like, I know all 3 Vancouver goals Jack Campbell probably should have had. The Leafs had 100 chances, but you have so many players making so much money, and they can't find a way past one against a goalie who hasn't played in 23 days. It's such a joke. I don't understand how many more lessons this team has to learn before they actually start giving a shit about, you know, winning some games here and actually proving that they're over the hump. But this is just another one on the growing list of just absolute embarrassments for this Leafs team.
Yeah, that is a good point about kind of being a team that overcomes humps and adversity and things like that. We've heard about the David Ayers game 1,000 times and all that stuff. I personally I like the David Ayers game, and that, like, this is obviously not even close to comparable, but it's also not comparable for the fact that in that game the Leafs were outplayed. I thought they came out and they looked good. Sure, they didn't finish, but sometimes at the end of the day, that's just hockey. Sometimes it just comes down to bad luck. And I know we've said it a few times this year, but if you just look at the Leafs record, they're in first place. They've overcome, like, Matthews having an injury. They've overcome some poor goaltending, some bad situations, and they're still in first place. If they had come out tonight and laid a stink bomb, like, and just gotten outchanced, outplayed by Vancouver, I would be more upset about this. But I personally just can't read too much into a game on a Sunday afternoon, Vancouver time, against a crummy team. I know Vancouver's coming off of that, but maybe that gave them some adrenaline, although they certainly didn't really show it because they didn't play very well. Like, the only guy that played well on Vancouver was really Braden Holtby in my eyes, and that play was not reciprocated by Jack Campbell on his end.
Yeah, this game was worse than the David Ayers game to me. Like, this entire team just spent a month off playing hockey, and the Leafs could not muster up enough to score 3 goals on Braden Holtby. I know he played well. I understand that. But, like, that is embarrassing. It's just flat out embarrassing. Austin Matthews was not good enough tonight. Mitch Marner, not good enough tonight. William Nylander, not good enough tonight. John Tavares, not good enough tonight. Like, we can go down the list. Morgan Riley sucked. Jake Muzzin, TJ Brody, what did they do all night? Like, it's just not good enough for a team that is supposed to be dominant in the NHL to come out and lose a game like this. I'm really struggling not to, like, just completely go into a meltdown and start crying angry tears, but this game is so frustrating. Like, we already lost this crazy game to Ottawa this year. Like, you think these idiots would learn a lesson and not have to continually just embarrass their fan base like this, but here we are. They just clearly, they don't have enough of a give a shit to get past a game like this. Now, I would say this, like, Jack Campbell was probably the reason we lost tonight. He sucked again. Like, he was terrible. But at the same time, you can't score 3 goals to help your goalie out when he's having an off night against a team that hasn't played in a month. Like, everyone in the Leafs forward group should be absolutely embarrassed with their effort tonight.
See, I have to disagree. I feel like you shot some stray bullets there that to people who didn't deserve them. William Nylander, this was his first game coming off 10 days off, which we're saying was such a battle for Vancouver. He had 10 days off, and he came out. Had an expected goals for percentage of 86% while he's on the ice. He had a beautiful goal off the rush, and he was the main creator on the Leafs' other goals. So I think you can at least give Willie a break on that. I thought you did make a good point about Marner and Matthews were just not good enough tonight. They, like, on the first power play the Leafs had, like, Matthews made a boneheaded play to give the puck away, which led to another 40 seconds of trying to get into the zone. And then once he got to a chance to try to get into the zone, he goes 1-on-4 into 4 guys. He just clearly didn't have it tonight. It wasn't his best night. And of course he still scored because he's Austin Matthews. But yeah, Marner and Matthews were not good enough. I thought a lot of their problems were on the defensive end too. Like that the Hoglander goal started off a neutral zone turnover by that line. I will agree they weren't good enough.
That was Austin Matthews just not covering his guy in front.